What's up, Team No T? Welcome back to UnWrapped. Come on in. Come on in. Grab a seat real close. I want to introduce you to somebody. This is Curtis Yarvin. And I don't have to explain because I know y'all understand because you saw the thumbnail. Curtis Yarvin might look a little harmless, but he is one of the most dangerous people in America. So, before I get into Curtis Yarvin and why he presents himself as such a danger, I need to talk about some of the people that he influences. We can start with Elon. Yes, Yarvin influences Elon. Elon actually reached out to him for advice and consultation on that political party that he's supposed to be starting. And y'all know he's starting a political party because, of course, he is. He's gonna call it the America Party, which sounds like something straight out of Grok. He's like, Grok, come up with a name for my new political party, and Grok said, America. So at first, we might think, hey, that's just one way that we can steal votes from MAGA, and maybe this party will. As a matter of fact, I am sure it will. But baby, this ain't about 2026 and the congressional elections. We need to be very, very afraid of what that little fractured party can do to the 2028 presidential elections. Yarvin really relates to the tech bros. He's their favorite kind of fascist philosopher. And he thinks that America should be run by one man, like a CEO forever. He thinks elections are messy. He thinks people are too emotional to handle the responsibility of voting. And he thinks that democracy is outdated software. So, yeah, this is the kind of guy that Elon would definitely be attracted to. He shares all of those thoughts. Elon, of course, loves it, but so does Peter Thiel. And Peter Thiel is over Palantir, and that's a whole different video. But if you want to look it up, Palantir, Palantir. Look it up. And of course, JD Vance, the vice president, is also an acolyte of Yarvin. In other words, this is not just simply introducing a third party, it is a test run for like that techno fascist state, a techno kingdom. They want a monarchy run by tech lords. Thinking ahead to 2028, we know that their candidate is going to say that they're independent. They're going to think an awful lot like Yarvin. They are going to pick a new face for that presidential election that's going to slide in and be a younger version, smoother, slicker version of Trump. He's going to not speak as loudly. He's going to carry the big stick, and he is going to have that Silicon Valley stank all over him. And the rest we've seen already. We have seen this movie. We know how it ends. Elon is going to use his money. He's going to use X. He's going to use Starlink and all their little new AI toys. And in using all of the tools at his disposal, we might not even have elections. They will feel like they are in a position where they don't need to win elections anymore. They just need to control the conversation. And money, the social media, and satellites and AI, you control the conversation because a lot of people nowadays don't want to fucking think. So, for us, black people, we like to, especially black women, yes, I'm shouting us out. Black women, we like to say, hey, we are part of the 92%. And that is something to be proud of. But what we really need to find out is about the people who did not care to get up off of their couch or out of the bed or whatever to vote. We need to figure out what was going on in their mind in 2024. And we also need to figure out what the hell was going on in the minds of the 8% who did not vote for Kamala Harris. Another thing before I move on, we also need to pay attention to the fact that even if 100% of Black people vote one way, we're still going to need other people. So, how do we bridge the gap between our own who did not vote at all and the 8% of our own who voted for somebody else? We need to figure out how to bridge that gap, and then we need to cross the line and talk to people from other demographics and figure out what made them vote one way or the other. Or did we even have a fair election in 2024? All of these questions need to be answered before we put in somebody, and by we, I mean this country, not just us, before we put somebody into office equally as bad or worse than Donald Trump. Because I believe we got 2026. If we have free and fair elections, we might have that sewn up, right? But if we are looking ahead, which we always should be looking ahead, if we're looking ahead in 2028, we have to wonder what that 8% is going to do the next time. And we need to influence more Black people, more people who didn't vote, period, to get off the couch and vote. Because if we don't encourage them, the other side might, that little 8%, they might. We need to explain to them that the startup that Elon is presenting is old school oppression with a Bluetooth speaker. That is exactly what we are getting from Elon Musk. We also need a plan, and that plan needs to be inclusive all the way around. We need a project protect democracy. The same way they had a project 2025, somebody should be pinning project protect democracy right now. That needs to be something that everybody can get behind. It needs to have receipts. It needs to have range, and it needs to have a little rhythm. Because Elon and them, they're thinking years ahead. So we need to too. Because bringing it all the way back around to Curtis Yarvin, y'all see this tweet? I wonder if there's another domestic population capable of agricultural labor. You know who he talking about. Don't play. You know who he means. Now, he'll be in for a very rude awakening when he finds out that we ain't going, but these men are not dreaming of freedom. Freedom does not include you or me, especially if you're Black, especially if you're an immigrant, especially if you are queer. You are not part of freedom. They're dreaming of controlling you. That's what they want. They want to control you. They want to control me. They want to control anybody who thinks differently from them. And they want to put us in some fields. Talk about sharecropping. Are you for real? Now, you would rather turn away a group of people who are excellent at the job that they choose to do, which is working in those fields. You want to force other people in the fields. And not only that, right here, you see Medicaid recipients. They want to put your ass in the field too. We need to all get on the same page. We need to figure out what happened to the 8%. I know we are very proud of the 92%. 8% of Black women voted for somebody other than Kamala Harris in the last election. We need to figure out why, and we need to bring them into the fold. We also need to get people to leave the house or mail in vote or whatever. If those people sat out the last election, that needs to be our priority. Curtis Yarvin is out here influencing the billionaires that want to put your Black ass in the fields. So I'm just a auntie trying to influence my nieces and nephews out there, my sisters and cousins. Hey, we got to get 100% serious and get on the same page because they working together. We got to all work together out here too. We need to find out what we can do right now to put the brakes on the America Party, because right now that one is just in the loading screen. It hasn't been fully developed yet. The real program is Curtis Yarvin's dream of turning America into a tech-run monarchy. There will be no breaks the next time they get control. And right now, you think we are on our heels right now with Trump? It will be worse if you get a more organized group in with the same type of ideology. So what we gonna do? What we gonna do? My suggestion to you is number one, stay woke. And I ain't talking about the woke that they like to throw around. Stay woke. Know what's going on in your community. Each one, teach one, each one, reach one. You need to find out if you got to shake that mug. Find out why these people voted the other way so that we can tailor a message that resonates with them. Curtis Yarvin might think he want to try to put us in fields. I'm pretty sure we got something for him. Now, hopefully, this counts as knowledge. Doesn't count as tea. I don't really do tea because we deserve so much more than just tea. Peace. See you in the next one. Every click, every share, y'all make us fly. Together we shine brighter than the sky. From shout outs to comments, we see every word. Y'all the reason Tasha's voice gets heard. Subscribers growing, lighten up the day. With your support, we'll never fade away. Thank you, UnWrapped family. Keep us strong, keep us strong. Your love and your faith help us move along, help us move along. Every click, every share, y'all make us fly, y'all make us fly. Together we shine brighter than the sky, brighter than the sky. Roll call for the peeps who keep it alive. Patron super chats all here on the drive. Tasha got the mic, but you fuel the vibe. This channel's a party and y'all keep it live.
Monthly supporters, give y'all a cheer. Live stream energy, you bring the gear. Every episode's magic, cause of y'all's touch.